Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. If you watched my recent video you will know what's about to come. This is my thoughts, my feelings and everything in between on a show that I recently saw. I wanted to say scene so it was a poem and I could be a poet and I didn't know it, but hey ho, we did it anyway. Let's talk about the show in question. This time we're going to talk all things Kathy and Stella Solve a Murder. So if you want to know what I think and whether I recommend you see it, stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. So, Kathy and Stella, let's get into it. Firstly, I was quite determined to get myself a ticket to see this show. This show has a short run. Its end date is currently the 14th of September of this year. So you've only really got this summer to go and watch it. And I have missed this show twice so far in a way. First, this show was performed at the Fringe in 2022 and then the following year in 2023. I heard so many amazing things from people about the show last year when it was at the Fringe, and then it recently did a stint, if you will, at the Bristol Old Vic and also the home, Manchester home. I was really trying to get myself to see it in Manchester before it moved on, and I unfortunately couldn't schedule myself correctly to do so. And then they announced they were going to London and they were going to be in the West End for a period of time, and I was like, right, this is it, I'm gonna get my ticket. Both with the hype that has been brought to my attention by others who I trust, and then on top of that there is a stellar ass cast. I just said Stella and it's Kathy and Stella. Moving on. So this show is perfectly formed. It is very cleverly done. It was written with book by John Britton and music and lyrics by Matthew Floyd Jones. It mixes various genres including musicals, comedy and murder. Is murder a genre? It is now. There aren't many shows out on the West End that involve all 3 elements. You have musicals, you have comedy, you have comical musicals, but do you have musical comedies about murder? No, you do not. I also quite enjoy that the element of the show surrounding murder and surrounding who has done said murder in this show is, or has been placed, if you will, next to the longest running crime slash murder slash, you know, play that the West End has, which is The Mousetrap, which is next door. I just find that amusing, and if that was done deliberately, brava. If you don't know about this show, brief little synopsis, if you will. Kathy and Stella are a pair of friends, best friends. They live in Hull, well, live in Beverley near Hull. You wouldn't have heard a bit, sorry, I do listen to the cast recording quite a lot. And they go to a book signing of one of their favourite writers who are writing about true crime, who solved a murder in their nearby area, or had said to have solved that said murder, and then that person is murdered themselves, and it's up to Kathy and Stella alongside the police to work out who did the murder, the classic whodunit, if you will. I really like the concept. I also really enjoyed that throughout the show you had the overarching friendship storyline of the two mixed in with that whodunit plot. Plus, even until just before it was shown or announced or the murderer appeared, I had no idea who had done said murder. I was sat next to another solo watcher and in the interval we were talking and she was like, who do you think's done it? And I could not give a name. I had my suspicions a couple of times on certain characters and I was 100% wrong. I'm not going to spoil it because I want, if you see this show, for you to find out for yourself who's done it. But I think I literally went, no way. At a normal volume when the garage door lifted up towards the end to reveal the murderer, and when it was revealed it all made such perfect sense, but I just did not assume that it was going to be that person, which is very clever. What makes this show so clever is its writing and its cast. The cast is something special in itself. The show has 7 actors on stage. In my show, or my performance, I had 2 understudies on. We had, playing the role of Felicia Taylor, Jennifer Caldwell, who I haven't seen since 6 and who I fell in love with when I saw 6 with her in it. Felicia is such a funny character. She is the person who is murdered. Spoiler alert, but you find out quite soon in that has happened. But the way Felicia is used throughout the show is something special. It is funny, she is hilarious, and Jennifer plays her so well. Every time that character was on stage, I was just smiling and I was ready for another like chaotic moment to arrive, and usually it happened. The other understudy I had playing the role of D.I. Sue Shaw was Chelsea Hall. Again, I really enjoyed her performance. The way that the police is used through this show, I enjoyed the occasional pop shot. There is a line in one of the songs or spoken word in one of the songs where she said, right, I've got to go back to my police thing and stop going. Hold on.
You'll excuse me. I have to get back to unjustly prosecuting people for things they haven't done. Actually, I shouldn't joke about that. It's genuinely a problem.
I mean, genius. And great writing. And Chelsea was brilliant. Also in this cast was playing the role of David Slatter, amongst maybe a few others. We had Ben Redfern, who I recently have seen, who I've seen in both The Witches and also in Groundhog Day. Really enjoyed his work again. David Slatter is an interesting character, to say the least, and I really enjoyed the way that Ben did it, which is weird to say. Playing the roles of Justin and also Kathy's mum is Elliot Broadfoot. Again, I've recently seen him perform in something else. I saw him in the I Should Be So Lucky tour, so it was nice to see him perform again. And again, those 2 characters, especially Elliot, no, that's his name, especially Justin, is really, really good and funny to watch. Imelda Warren Green plays Erica and also Stella's sister. Erica is one of my favourite characters I've ever met in a musical, just saying. and I absolutely loved watching Imelda on the stage performing as that character. And finally we have Kathy and Stella, who are played by Bronte Barbe and Rebecca Hines. Two individuals who I love and adore. I last saw them both in What's New Pussycat at the Birmingham Rep, where they were both amazing, and again they were insane. Their comic timing, their vocals, just everything about them. I just absolutely loved that duo, and I was so happy to see them on the stage again. Just so incredibly good. This show was such a fun evening, such a good watch. Like I said, the story was so cleverly put together, and the way that the ending had me on the end of my seat, I was shooketh. It was amazing. I was a little bit nervous going in because of the word murder. I was thinking that it was going to be loud, it was going to be gory. It is neither of those things. If you saw my last video where I talked about any content and nervy person warning notices, then you will know that everything was okay and nothing was to be worried about. But yeah, that is pretty much all that I'm going to say on this show. If I've missed anything, feel free to ask me any questions in the comments down below. That was my review. It's not really a review and just a chat more about things that I enjoyed about a show. But we call it a review because that is a snappier title. So that is that. I'm going to leave you alone, say thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go for a rest now, and I hope to see you in my next video for a little bit more theatre chat about shows that I've recently seen. So stick around for that, and I love you a lot, and I shall see you next time. Bye.